Yeah, welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Monday morning. Okay, it is time for a new week. I know Mondays are hard for us, okay, because we're coming off of the weekend. But y'all, if you change your perspective and look at it like, man, hey, this is a new week of possibilities and things happening that I never thought could happen before. Okay. So that just really, really helps. Also, make sure you hit the like button as you're coming in. Let everyone know that we are live. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Okay, y'all. So we have been getting into the Romeca Meeks shooting incident. Okay, it has been all over the news. It has been trending recently. Unfortunately, Romeca lost her life last Monday. Okay, it has been a week since all of this pretty much started, and there have been like varying stories going around since her death. Okay. Many people started off saying one thing, then they started changing what they were saying, about the location. Then we started hearing about the dad was the one that dropped the son off. Then we started hearing about these multiple restraining orders. Y'all, people have started looking into Romeca Meeks' background as well. Okay. Now, there are, I've said this like when we first started talking about this, I do believe that with that relationship, it was a toxic relationship. Okay. I do believe that there was a lot of cheating and things taking place in that relationship. Now, and it seems to appear as though a lot of the cheating was on his side, allegedly. Okay. Um, and so it caused a lot of toxicity. And we've seen these types of things in real life where women are getting into it with one another, especially when they have babies by the same guy. Okay. It can become very tense. People become very territorial and so forth. And so there was a lot of tension, it appears, between these two baby mothers. Okay. He was pretty much the both of the baby's fathers, but you now have these two women that are going at it. Now we don't know on whose part was it to go back and forth with, if he's telling one this and telling one that. We don't know what in the world was happening. I know there have been posts, and we talked about this in a previous live, from even Romeca, where she was saying that he hadn't gotten over her after they had broken up, and he was stalking her allegedly at her job and all of that, y'all. So it seems to be that there was a lot of tension in that relationship, and a lot of stalking, words, posts, all kind of things. There was this one video that I was going to show. Now, I don't know when this took place, this particular moment took place, but the caption stated, was he sleeping with both of these women? Okay. And still trying to be with both of them, or playing one against the other, and so forth. Because in this clip that I'm about to show you all, Romeca is upset, and she does mention Holly's name in this clip. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull that up. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. If you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, buy a coffee, or Cash App, and that is scrolling on the screen. All right, here we go.
You want to sit on the phone and
Now, let me also, y'all, take note, I should say, of the car. Okay, this car is the same car that you will see in the video that where the witness took right there at the scene. Okay, you could see Romeca's car parked right there in the scene as well.
you want to sit on the phone and sneak this me to a red ass bitch?
You go right to jail.
With her friend? You want to sneak this me? Yes, she did. She a slut. She a slut, and her friend just said it. I got her. She said record me, and then if any one of them want to lie, call me for them hoes. For you, Kaya, and Holly. She said call her. I told Kaya.
Hey, Mari, you.
My homegirl said she finna go on me with Loso when she was saying, bitch, I'm gonna make him come and be with me. But I've been friends. What we talking about? But I'm lying? But I'm lying? But I'm lying? You wanna sit on the phone and sneak this me to a red ass bitch?
You go right to jail.
With her friend? You wanna sneak this me? Yes, she did. She a slut. She a slut, and her friend just said it. I got her. She said record me, and then if any one of them want to lie, call me for them hoes. For you, Kaya, and Holly. She said call her.
Notice she said
Holly.
Holly.
Homegirl said she finna go on me with Loso when she was saying, bitch, I'm gonna make him come and be with me. But I've been friends. What we talking about? But I'm lying? But I'm lying? But I'm lying?
Okay, now also, oh hey Jasmine girl, thank you for joining, sis. Yes, y'all, please hit that like button. Also, y'all, you could hear she mentioned Holly's name in that as well. In a lot of these videos, now he seems like he was recording her, but did you record yourself when you were showing up allegedly stalking her? So now recently he's been uploading videos of her allegedly stalking him. But in a lot of these videos, I hear her saying, oh, so you're going to keep lying, huh? You're going to keep lying, right? So I also noticed I was able to see his Facebook page, Carlos. His name is Carlos Losos Way, okay? I was able to see his Facebook page in the beginning of this thing. Either he has changed the name of his page, deleted the page, or blocked me. Because I've been sharing and doing these videos. I don't know which one, but they stated that on his page, he's been recently uploading these particular videos showing her going off, recording her, and all of that. Let's see. Jasmine said they're trying to destroy her image even after death to avoid jail. This is sick work. Exactly. And also, my thing was this too. When some of these content creators and some people were putting out these videos over the weekend showing her background and all of that, y'all, that's no different to me than when an unarmed Black person gets unalived and the news starts talking about their history or their record. Like, what did that have to do with the current situation at hand? Okay, let's keep it in that moment of when she lost her life. Because yeah, if she had a background, hey, she had a background. Okay. What was she doing though in that moment? So doing those types of things, it really, I don't know, it didn't sit too well with me when I saw that. But to each his own. I just don't want to play into that. I would rather hear from people who were there when all of this took place and see what happened in that moment, because a lot of people have backgrounds, but they are still alive, and her background had nothing to do with that particular day. Okay. Now, also, let me show y'all this picture here. Now, this was a picture of Romeca, but I wanted y'all to look in the middle of the picture. And let's see. Okay, this was from Carlos's page the day this happened. Okay, he had posted this post and said, "The worst day of my life." Now, y'all, people were coming for him. Okay, to the point, and notice the mad faces on there too. People were coming for him that day because, sir, after even the accounts that we heard, just from seeing the video footage of the young lady that was there, or whoever that was that recorded it, we even had questions that day without knowing some of the details that we're about to find out today. Okay, so how is it the worst day of your life based off of some of the things that allegedly took place there? So they came for him so hard, y'all, until he deleted the comment. Okay. And to me, it's almost like they were trying to set up to have an alibi that day, him and the shooter, and which is also his baby mother, the other baby mother. It's almost like they were trying to come up with an alibi, and for him to put that on there was to be manipulative, in my opinion. Okay, because based off of what we're about to hear, he seemed to have had no remorse, wasn't trying to help her, holding her in all of that, y'all. I just could not believe it. Let me see. Let me pull up. Thank y'all for your patience. Because I want to show y'all, for those of you who have been in a bubble, no, but you may have missed the actual incident, the video footage. Now, let me say trigger warning, although there's not going to be, any her body or not anything like that on the video, I still just tell y'all trigger warning before I play it. Okay. This is when the witnesses were out there. And in this video, you're going to hear a young lady's voice and a man's voice. Okay. Today, we're going to hear from the lady, that witness that was there on the sidewalk yelling to the police to arrest her. She called the police also. Okay. And she's going to break down what took place before the shooting, what they witnessed before the shooting, what they witnessed right when the shooting happened, and what took place after the shooting. She was there. Okay. So let me pull the video and let's get into this. Oh,
She's her. She's the one who shot her. She's the one who shot her. Restraining order, but she shot her. The gun in the car. The gun in the car. Oh my fucking God! Baby in the car, bro. The baby in the car. How you close to the truck? Get up. You scared as hell, right? Scared as hell. She's out of body. Scared as hell. That is not self-defense. You were trying to stop her in the car, bro. You're throwing her in the car, bro. What are you talking about? You had her in a headlock. When you shot her, Brody, I was there. I write a statement, Brody. Don't worry about it. I'm arrested. There's a fucking gun on the street. I'm licensed to carry. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter, bitch. You shot somebody, nigga. What the fuck's wrong with you? Calm down. Calm the fuck down.
he stepped out over the crime scene and everything. He was setting up his story right there.
The gun, she shot her? Let's go right here. She shot her. She shot her. She put the gun in the car.
That go with the car right there.
The gun in the car. The gun in the car. Arrest her.
Okay, so the one that's saying arrest her is the one that we're going to hear from today. Now, Jasmine said, I'm in Shy, and they drop a lot of these cases, including murder cases, even under our new state attorney. Over 25,000 cases have been dropped, no charges. Wow. So that is good info to have, because a lot of people are wondering, why was this girl released from jail? Okay. Because if you think about it, y'all, it's only pretty much, hey, Catherine, good morning. Thank you for joining. It's only their words. Okay. Romeca's not allowed to tell her side of the story. So they were already setting up their story here in this moment. Okay. They're trying to put it out there. Oh, this is self defense. This is self defense. And then a lot of the other people, and the girls even going to say it in this video, they don't want to be involved, going to court, being a witness on a stand, and all of that. So they just pretty much not even come forward to the police. So then what happens? Okay, is just their word. The police is going by what they saw. Now, I don't know if there's camera footage there that they can look at what took place, or cameras within, around that area where they can look at what took place. I feel that if more people apply pressure, I think that they need to, for one, because this case, it has like gone viral and high profile. Because of that, I think that they need to be transparent with the people. Okay, give people at least some details of what transpired during this moment. Give this family some justice. Like, why are y'all dropping the case? Why was she released from jail? All of that needs to be put out there, because they've said nothing. All we've heard of is the incident. I think social media was putting more footwork and more names and things out there that they didn't even put out. They didn't put out a lot of the names at first, but social media released a lot of those names, okay, of who the girl was, Holly, what's her real name, Romeca, Carlos. People saw the videos and they knew who they were. So they should be more transparent in what happened. Okay, at least give the people that. So I'm hoping they apply some pressure and we can get to the bottom of this. But in the meantime, we do have this particular witness that is coming forward. She was the young lady there that called the police, that was telling them arrest her. She has a weapon in her vehicle. Okay, let me pull that up. And shout out to Between Two Worlds. First of all, I captured it from this channel, but when I listened to the actual interview, it is from the Messy Spots channel, okay, with Gigi. I believe she had the witness on her show on last night, y'all. Let me make this bigger. Jasmine said our mayor removed all our street cameras this year, so nothing is on camera because they removed our shot spotter cameras. They gave the money to illegals. So wait, they may not even have, oh my goodness, they may not even have cameras, y'all. And so, and they may have known that. What if they knew that there would probably be no cameras there? And I'll wait till the witness talks about this, but I believe with her getting a restraining order, it was only a retaliation because Romeca allegedly had a restraining order first. Okay. And I think it's like a tit for tat type of thing. Now she can use that now, but it still doesn't make sense as to why you came up on the territory where a person you potentially fear for your life would be. Okay, that doesn't make sense. All right, so let's get into this, y'all, because I was shocked to hear some of these details.
As human and start seeing each other as competition. And that's when dangerous patterns repeat. Let's get into the eyewitness.
I was actually the one at the scene. So I was the one that was yelling out to arrest her, because everybody wasn't doing anything. I was actually the one who called the cops first. And I saw them when they were fighting in the beginning, and I was like, this is not right. He was slamming her with the door when she was standing in her door frame, not even close to the female on the other side. So she was literally standing on the other side of the road, and her baby daddy was literally slamming the door on her back.
Did y'all hear that? Because see, we hadn't heard this part before. He was literally, allegedly, slamming the car door on her back. Okay, man. When I tell y'all, this guy is this a punk move. I'm telling you, he is a punk for this. Like you are literally doing this to a woman, okay? And there have been allegations that he had been fighting her, even in the post that she made. He had been fighting her before. Okay, so now a witness saw him slamming the door into her back. Wow. And this is before the shooting and all of that even took place.
So she went back into her car, came back out, and then this was when the baby daddy walked towards the other baby mama. After this happened, he grabbed her by the waist. She tried to wiggle away from him. Um, her arm was like literally almost getting free, with his arm around her neck, this time, because he was holding her by the waist in the beginning and she wiggled out, you know. Um, After this happened, he had her in the, like, almost looking like a headlock to me on the side, and then the other baby mama stated, "I'm gonna shoot you, bitch. Watch me shoot you, bitch." And he stated, "Oh, she's gonna go get her gun. She's gonna go get her gun. Watch." And after this happened, she ran to the passenger side of her.
Okay, so my thing is this. Y'all are already escalating this. Okay. You have her restrained. How is she hurting the other girl? Because I could see if she was on her and she had her pinned down or choking her or something like that, for her to be in fear for her life. First, why are you here? They allegedly were in two vehicles. Now, he was up there. I don't even know why he was up there. But girl, why are you there with your child? She has a baby in the back seat. Okay, a baby that's I think 6 months old in the back seat. Romeca had just dropped her son off. Okay, so why are you up here? And then for him, see, all of this looks pre-planned to me. For one, you up here, y'all, even if y'all arguing, you're allegedly slamming her back with her car door. Okay, you're holding her around the way. See, to me, that looks like you're trying to set it up. You're trying to keep her there from driving off, because she was trying to get in her car, but she got out. So then here she comes. Okay, she gets away again. Then it's you're having your arm around her neck, restraining her that way. So now the girl is saying she's going to go get her gun. He's saying, "Oh, she's going to shoot you. She's going to shoot you." Well, why would you stop that? If this is your child's mother that you are restraining, why would you tell the other baby mother, "No, don't do that. Don't do that." Okay. It's like you almost wanted it. Like Cheyenne said, he got what he wanted. Okay. So you had the opportunity to tell Romeca, "Well, here, go to go. Go get in the car and go to go." But you're holding her where she can't leave and now saying that she's going to shoot you when you didn't tell the other girl not to shoot your other baby mother, not to go get her weapon. Like, what was that part about? Let's see. Jasmine said, even if this was caught on camera, they don't charge anyone. We had worse cases than this one that was caught on camera. And the next day, they'll tell us it's not enough evidence to charge. Wow. That's sad.
Her vehicle, grabbed her gun, went around, and when the woman, the mother, you know, who slipped away from him for at least like maybe a good second, as soon as she slipped away, she shot her. And she shot her in the face, on her side, and in her thigh. And I saw him like holding her for a split second. Maybe he was in shock, but after he was in shock, I guess he picked her up, and when she was falling, like a gush of blood fell, you know, like out of her body. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? You know, like, I don't know, everybody else sees movies, you know what I mean, and they see put pressure on the wound. You know, why weren't you putting pressure on the wound? Why weren't you caring enough? This supposedly was your first baby mama, because when I was on the bus, I heard him and her screaming, and she was literally saying, She was like, I just dropped off my fucking baby. What? I just dropped off my fucking baby. Are you guys kidding me?
Wow. So, and that was something that I wondered too. When she was shooting that many times, I was surprised that none of the bullets hit him or anyone else that could have been around. Okay. And then for the simple fact, she shot, even with the first shot, you didn't try to let her go. Okay. Because she was saying that she shot multiple times and it hit her in different areas of her body. And he held her. And then when he picked her up, unfortunately, there was blood, I mean, all over the scene. And then you could tell it got on his hands, on his shoes. We could see that in the other recording. We could see him still just walking around looking. Why wouldn't you apply pressure? Did anyone try to do CPR? Did anyone try to apply pressure? No. None of this shows that you wanted her to make it. Okay, that you didn't want this. And then he gonna put online, this is the worst day of my life. Shut up, ho. Right. That's what I showed that little post he made earlier. Yeah. No, you were trying to set the stage to make it look like, oh, I'm so distraught. I cannot believe that this happened. It was self-defense. No, it was not self-defense. Because you already started off, according to this lady, she could hear y'all arguing. I don't know if there was a phone call, text, or anything leading up to this for him to know that Romeca was up there dropping the son off, or if he just knew this is what she does every day. I'm going to meet her up there. Why was he up there if she was the one dropping off the son? Why are you up there? What was the purpose? And now y'all are arguing outside. And then it turned into him hitting her with the car door, then restraining her, and then the other baby mama pulling up in her vehicle. All of this looks like an ambush and setup. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, it's not showing that, oh, she was in fear if you're pulling up to a fight. You're not in fear for your life like that. A guy was charged with murder, but after 1 year, they freed him. We'll never get this crime down because our state attorney office and court system won't charge or keep hardcore criminals in jail. See? And in situations like this, where you can say, oh, I have a piece of paper showing I have a restraining order against her, and she was, within a certain amount of feet from me, and we got into an argument. And so I got nervous and scared, and I went to my car and got my pow, and I unalived her. Okay, they're going to run with that story. Is that what they're going to go to? Because, I mean, what other proof do they have? Romeca isn't here to tell her side.
As soon as I got off the 21 bus, and trust me, they got it. You know what I mean? Everything that I literally had to, I wasn't going to let her die like that. I literally looked into her eyes. That hurt me. She says she dropped her baby off and you don't know who she is. You know what I mean? And I was like, arrest her. She needs to get arrested. You know what I mean? They weren't even thinking. There was another black female cop who came up, and a Mexican shore cop. And I pointed out, I was like, the guns in her car, why wouldn't you give him the gun if supposedly this was, a self-defense? You know what I mean? If it was hey, here's the gun, this is what happened. It was no self-defense. I swear to you, it did not look like no self-defense. It looked like you shot her because you were just angry or something. You know what I mean? And to me,
there's this myth that addiction is just lack of willpower, but that's not how the brain works.
Opioid addiction affects me.
When she shot her, it wasn't the female that got shot, she wasn't with any gun. She didn't have no weapon, no knives, no nothing. So what was it that frightened you so much you had to run?
So that was one thing that people were stating. Some people were stating that, oh, Romeca had the gun and she came out. This lady said Romeca did not, and she was there. She did not have any weapons on her. So what were you afraid of? Okay, afraid of getting your butt kicked? Did she beat you up before? Okay, because see, people don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to fight. They'd rather just get something and take the easy way out. Back in the day, people went toe to toe. Okay, let the best man or woman win. People not doing that anymore. Okay, so it's like it's a different world right now, unfortunately. And this just pretty much escalated when it did not have to. That's why it definitely looks like a setup, because it escalated and none of those other two people should have been at that location.
Around your car, go into your passenger seat or whatever the case is, and you reached in to get your gun and shoot this woman, you know? So to me, it was a senseless, they were arguing because she was pulling up and I guess they ended up parking. Why was her car parked on the sidewalk? Because I seen she ran towards the sidewalk to get her gun, and it was a small black vehicle, and he had a black truck, I think. And literally, he came out of his truck looking like real, like he wasn't like on anything but being like mischievous, like nothing but like what was like he was planning something, you know what I mean? And I called the cops on the first time I called the cops, it was because he was attacking her, you know, and the other girl was just yelling at her and she was arguing back. So there was nothing going on for her to be like, oh, I'm gonna step back over here to go get my gun, you know. She was nowhere near her. But that's all I gotta say. And I know for a fact that she did get arrested, but he got let go. So hopefully, you know, for what I said and what I witnessed, I just don't want to be, you know, put on the stand or anything to say. I did put a statement in because I know it's necessary. You know, it was a ridiculous, you know, I'm a mom too. I wouldn't want my baby to hear like that, you know, and I wouldn't want me to be laying in the ground. She's a sister, you know, she's a mother, she's a daughter, she's somebody to everybody. She's a friend, you know, and that was bogus to just stand there and look at her like she was nothing, you know. To me, I was literally so mad. My boyfriend was also really mad. He was yelling at them. I don't know if you noticed. He was there too, and I was on the phone with him while this was happening. I would call back at him, and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Please hurry," and I even had him run that way. I was like, "You need to run that way to go see if he's okay. Go see if everything's okay. What's going on over there? What's going on? Is she laying in the go see if she's okay, you know?" And it's just senseless that I felt like I had to go send my boyfriend over there because he was just standing over her like, you know, like I don't know. But I'm so sorry.
It was like a demon, y'all. She said he had a mischievous look in his eye. He didn't even try to render aid, didn't try to stop the bleeding. And she called the police originally because he was fighting her and they were arguing and fighting. When I say that, like pushing the door on her car door on her back. So that's why she originally called. But by the time I guess the police and stuff got there, then this thing had escalated. The other baby mama, Holly, had went and got the gun and had shot her multiple times. If you were in fear, girl, you would have got in the car and left. I'm stuck there. I'm stuck there. You would have left with your child. If you were in fear, you went and got a whole gun while he held her. We're still stuck there. Okay. And then to keep shooting like that, it wasn't just one time to scare her or to, if she was, trying to come after her. No, it was multiple times.
Thank you so much for letting me speak.
No, I just want to say, witness, I want to give you a hug and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for speaking up and being a hero and having the anointing of God on you, to have that courage to speak and have that faith to call out demons in front of them and how they are, because so many people be so afraid to speak out, but not you. And I'm thankful that you have come up here and you have told the truth. You have put truth, to power, and we need more people like you. We really, really do. And I just want to say thank you so much. Now you said that Carlos, because that is the baby daddy, his name is Carlos Way. Now he was putting hands on Meeks. That's the woman that passed away. She's the chocolate girl, the first baby mom. You said when you first saw they were arguing, Carlos and Miss Meeks, was they at her car?
Yeah, they were by Miss Meeks' car. Miss Meeks was standing in her door frame, and Carlos had the driver's side door, and he was slamming the door into her to where she was like jerking herself. Yes.
Oh my God, he's a demon. And he did it in front of the kids, in front of the public. Can you imagine what he does behind closed doors?
Exactly.
Trust me, that's why I called the cops right away, because it looked like to me it was like a domestic violence,
And
and
it
it,
was. It was.
I
Anytime you
just,
got a big man like that, do you see the muscles on this dude? And she ain't
yeah,
nothing
he
but
was
a buck
huge.
50. She ain't nothing but a buck 50. And he
Yeah.
slammed that door, using a door as a weapon to harm her. And you got this other girl just looking, and what was she doing at the time?
She was standing by her trunk of her car, and she was arguing with Miss Meeks um about being there, I guess. And she that's when I heard Miss Meeks yell out, "I just dropped off my fucking kid. Are you kidding me?" Like, she was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you guys?" Like it was a different, like, argument. Like, it wasn't even like she was arguing with her, you know what I mean? Yeah, she did get back out of her car, but it was because the other woman was antagonizing her, and she was acting like she wanted her to come out the car. So then she came out of the car, and I don't think she expected to get shot. No one ever like expects to get shot, you know what I mean? But to me, I felt like what I seen, it was unnecessary, and to the
You
point
know
where
it was.
it was senseless. And I don't know what came over her to even think to go get her gun, you know what I mean? Like, I thought they gave people training for that.
Did you know earlier this year, that same girl, the second baby mama that got the gun, she was writing to Miss Meekson online earlier this year in January. She said it's time to KMFers. So they said they already had this plan, that the second baby mama was already had in her heart that she wanted to end the first baby mama life.
And I did see that post.
If you're between 45 and 64 and have 0 DUIs in the last
Almost
5
like
years, listen carefully.
it's almost like premeditated. Because I did see that post from someone had shared it on Facebook from Holly's page, and it was her sharing a post that said sometimes you just got to start killing MFers. Okay, so that's already in her head. We don't know what the baby dad had been telling her also, and what he was telling Romeca as well. Okay, right, Cheyenne. It sounds like a setup. Okay, that this was pre-planned. And then I heard that allegedly the girl does not even live in Chicago. She's from somewhere else. So was this the weekend y'all decided to do it? Okay, so that's my wondering.
I didn't know that, actually. I just, from what I literally, I haven't been online or anything, and I haven't been looking up, but I went on YouTube and I saw your thing, and you were saying to tell the truth, so I figured I'd come on to
And
let
I'm
it off my
glad you
chest.
did. Thank you so much. I'm glad you did. So afterwards, so he's slamming the car on her. So did eventually she get inside the car to get back out?
Yeah, because he was slamming it so hard, I feel like she was just trying to, like, kind of get away from him. So
Got it.
then she went back in.
So she went back in the car. So I would think, okay, this is the end of it, right? But it's not
Yeah,
the end of it.
no, because the girl literally ran from the side of the sidewalk and then went in front of her car, and Miss Meek's car, and started like yelling stuff out. That's where I actually got off the bus, and then I started getting close, and then like, just to hear what was going on. And it started getting hectic. And then at that point, I was already telling the cops they needed to hurry to come and get the situation handled, because they were in the middle of the street arguing, and I was like, he literally was slamming the door on her, back, like, please go help, please help. So,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
after,
glad
she ran to the side. So,
I'm glad you did. So after that, she got in the car, and then homegirl, Miss Johnson, Holly Johnson, that's her name. The second baby mama, the killer, is Holly Johnson. Holly Johnson gonna go in front of the car and yelling and trying to provoke her. And is that when Miss Meek said, "Girl, I just got finished dropping my kids off. What are y'all doing?"
no, she was yelling that over the hood, right? But when she came out of the car, she said, "What?" Like, she was like, "What, bitch? Like, you keep coming up to my car. What's up?" you know, because she kept coming up to her car, and like every time she would go back into her car, she was like, you know, trying to get her out of the car. So then that's what it, to me, it seemed like the only reason why she came out of the car was because the other woman, oh, well, Miss Johnson was like antagonizing
Provoking
her.
her.
See, that shows too, she was trying to get a response from her so she could use the, oh, I was fearing for my life, or you know, she was coming after me. So she was provoking her, it appears, allegedly. Okay. Um, a couple of times. If y'all listen to this, it's like a couple of times she was trying to leave and get up out of there, but you have him holding her, you have him hitting her with the door. Now you have the other baby mother antagonizing her, coming to the front of her car, yelling things. They get into it. And I think they were trying to lure her out and get her to fight her so that she can have a reason to use that gun. Okay, so now I guess, hey, I'm just gonna hold it. Just go on and get it and get it over with. Okay, at this point, that's what it seemed like. They were trying to get her to start fighting her so that she could use the weapon. Jasmine said, "Did y'all see the video on Holly's TikTok of her friends saying Holly is most likely to kill someone?" I said, "Wow, she definitely was planning something." Oh no, I haven't seen that. So her friend said that. Oh wow. See, everyone doesn't need a pow pow. Okay.
Provoking her.
Yeah,
And while she's provoking her, what is Carlos doing? Is he telling
he's
Holly, sit your ass down, get back, girl? What is he doing?
he was just standing there looking.
Wow.
Not saying nothing, like, okay, Holly, do what you got to do. This is what we plan to do, Holly. Go ahead. Take care of that.
Well, I just seen him looking like he was just looking, you know, and to me, I didn't know what his plans were, what the plans were with between each other, you know. To me, what I seen, what I witnessed is, you know, the that he was standing right next to her, and he didn't say anything, but they were arguing, and then once Miss Meeks walked up to Carlos, uh Miss Johnson ran to the sidewalk, and then Carlos snatched her up by the waist, and then like she was wiggling out, like almost, and then when she almost wiggled out, he had her by the neck because she was like wiggling down, you know.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining.
And
So do you
when
think
she
at that time when he had her by the waist and then she was getting out, then he grabbed her by the neck with them big old arms, do you think at that moment she knew that this girl, this was a setup? They're trying to take my life away.
I honestly, I just seen that when she got out of the like got out of it, like she was literally going the other way. She wasn't going towards her, you know? So
Mm,
it just looked like she was trying to get away, you know, at this point. She was scared, you know, and I seen like she was scared. Like it was a different, like, you know, when you see somebody's movement and you could just tell like run to, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Uh, that's what I seen, you know.
And she probably was scared and probably saw like death upon her. Like seriously, that was a scary moment because you have this happening with him, he holding you, and you know that you're unarmed, and this other person is trying to go and get a weapon. She probably sensed that this is about to go left. Yeah, and I bet it really did scare her in that moment.
And when she like there was no reason for like Carlos had her already, you know what I mean? There was no reason for her to go get her gun. You know, it was unnecessary, I think. But
It was unnecessary. It's ain't Holly life was not in danger. Nobody was trying to take Holly out of here. And you said
she
that
didn't have anything.
Holly and Carlos, they came in separate cars.
Yeah, they did. Holly's car was already parked, right? Holly came out of the parked car, and Miss Carlos was in a black truck vehicle. I think it was a Mercedes, and she and Miss Meeks was in the white car. So she was already like, I think she had, well, she just said and she
Wow, that goes to what you're saying, Jasmine girl. She said she had a Mercedes. Okay. Jasmine said, yep, after her friends said that, and Holly laughed in agreement. Holly is from Waukegan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Illinois, and she comes from a wealthy background. Her parents and family have money. Uh-oh. So do y'all think that that's one reason why she got off? Y'all think she called up one of those good lawyers that got her off? Because that particular day, y'all, she didn't act scared of the police. Like she just went ahead and let them put the cuffs on. But she was like, "I'm licensed to carry and all of this." So my thing is, I wonder, did she get a really good lawyer that came down there and talked for her? And by her having that restraining order, maybe she said, well, the young lady was about to fight her and stuff like that, and she's scared. And yeah, they could have fixed that up really well. Interesting.
figured that out, that she was just dropping off her kid, like what's going on, you know? And
Mhm.
so to me it looked like like it looked weird. You know what I mean? Because I was telling the police that she had her baby inside her car. So I was like, that's her baby. The baby's in the car. I was like, you need to arrest her. Like, what? Why aren't you guys arresting her? And then she was all like, oh, and by the way, I don't know if anybody caught the video or anything, but Carlos goes up to Holly and fist bumps her and says,
What?
yeah, what was it? It was self-defense, right? It was self-defense. And she was like, yeah, it was self-defense.
So we
Not
couldn't really see that part. I think on the video that I have, it didn't pan fast enough. But when he did walk over there, you could see him walking over there to her. I mean, y'all, that's almost like a celebration that, oh, you did it, But now trying to still say, oh, no, it was self defense. But you're not sad. You're not saying, girl, what in the world? Like, if this wasn't pre-planned or something that they wanted, the whole reaction to it would have been totally different. Okay, it would have been a shock. It would have been distraught. Like, I cannot believe it was none of that. She was just as calm over there on her phone, explaining to whoever. She wasn't trying to fight the police. She wasn't yelling or anything. He wasn't really yelling. He was all over the scene with his shoes, with her blood hands bloody everywhere. It's like you could sense that. Okay, so I see what this young lady is stating, and I believe it. I really do.
fish bump. That's disgusting. After
Yes.
she is dead, they fish bumped each other.
Yeah. And he goes up to her and they were both said, they looked at each other and it was self-defense, right? He was like, yeah, it was self-defense.
Mm, 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 mm. Why did they have two different cars there to meet her?
I'm actually not sure. I didn't, I just witnessed what I witnessed, and
Yeah, that's just awkward to have
but
two
there was plenty
cars.
of people on there, plenty of people on the sidewalk that they were shouting out to arrest her and everything. And the cops did, at least they did their job, and they did, what they had to do, because, you know, it wasn't for them, she wouldn't be like in handcuffs right now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
How was Holly response to you all when you guys were saying arrest her? What was her? Did she look at you guys?
what's it called? She called me a snitch, and then I said, I don't care, I'm gonna sign complaints. And then what's it called? She was frustrated, and she was saying, she was like, I have a concealed and carry, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. You shot somebody, you know what I mean? And the other girl was like, yeah, the gun's in the car. And I was like, bro, I've been said the gun's in the car. It's in the passenger side. You guys you just stashed it for what? What you stashed it for? If you was like a self-defense, then why the fuck did you just, like, why didn't you just hand them the gun? You know what I mean? But she didn't hand them the gun. She hid the gun. You know what I mean? So to me, I was like, bro, what was this? Like, what was this right now? And the
Mhm.
cops were like, they were like, who was it? Who was? I was like, her, arrest her, and they arrested her.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And
And
what is
the
her?
crazy
What
part
was
is
her? Huh?
she had blood all over her because you know, I was like, I would assume they would have arrested her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But she was trying to get away with that self-defense and 2 people on one, but they so dumb.
Let's see. Jasmine said she didn't look scared because they know our officials don't charge anyone here. Everyone in Illinois know this. It's on our news weekly. She was free the same day they don't charge. Wow. Wow. Hey, Chef D-Lynn, why were him and her at the school where she was dropping her son off? That is the $1,000,000 question. Okay. Why were they even there? That's what we're all trying to figure out. Y'all make sure you tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. That's clear violation of the PP. Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But it looks like, I mean, if no one gets arrested, I mean, or charged there, then they're like, oh, we'll get off. Just say it was self-defense. You know, you got your license to carry. They had probably already talked through this. They had to pretty much ambush her because we really don't know behind the scenes what text messages were sent the day before previously or that morning. You know, did he know, oh, this is where she usually goes to drop off our son, so let's meet her up there. You know, we don't know all of that part, and it's so sad that even the officials are not releasing details in this case, being that it's, you know, trending, is gone viral. A lot of people are still talking about this. The family is trying to get justice. Like, they need to be more transparent at least and give the details so we as the public can see if they told y'all the truth or not. Okay, we don't know what they told the police to go in and for her to come right on out. Hey, it's Mika. Good morning. Thank you for joining. The son was with the father for the weekend and the mom was bringing the son lunch. Well, this witness is stating that Romeca was, when they were arguing before, because she heard Carlos and Romeca arguing, and he was hitting her in the back with her car door. And so that's when the other girl drove up, Holly, and she was like, man, I just dropped my son off. You know, so she allegedly dropped the son off. Okay, and maybe was giving him the lunch during that time. But it appears as though she said she had just dropped off the son. Now, maybe, I don't know if the son was at his father's for the weekend and she went and got him and brought him up there, and maybe that's how they knew she was there. I don't know. But allegedly, she was the one that had just dropped the son off.
They did it in front of everybody, just so reckless and careless. So
Yeah.
when she got locked up, did she say anything to y'all? Did she look at y'all funny?
Yeah, when she was walking away, she looked at me and looked at what's it called? My boyfriend, and she got like, she was like, whatever, y'all fucked up for this shit. It was self-defense. It was self-defense. I got a restraining order on her.
What?
Yeah. So I was just like, it doesn't matter. Like,
So
you shot someone, you didn't even like, you think to be like, hey, you know, like, let me like rethink this, you know, not, why would you pull out a gun? You know what I mean?
And how you have a restraining order, but you coming up to her school?
right.
You don't got no
And
kids to go
yeah,
there. You dummy. You don't got no kids to go there. That's just a lie. She ain't nothing but a liar. Holly, you a liar. You are sick, Holly. Because you know, Miss Meeks got a restraining order out
Right, it's
on
because
homeboy Carlos. That's a restraining order.
mm.
What can disqualify you from getting a life insurance policy? With us, nothing.
So she probably got a restraining order because of like out of spite, and
I
probably.
think she lying. She don't got no damn restraining order. You can't trust a snake. I'm gonna need to see them papers. Holly Johnson is a liar.
So Gigi thinking she lying about the restraining order the Holly got, but it could have been in retaliation though. You know how if she was didn't want them to come around her and got this restraining order, Holly could have gotten one in retaliation. Said, "Oh, I can do that too," and get one. So if you try to come towards me, then I have mine as well. Y'all know people, some of these women play these games, okay? But Romeca had also shared that Carlos was allegedly showing up at her job, you know, trying to fight her and things like that back then. Okay, so that was back in, I believe, 2024. I don't know. I believe it was 2024 when she had shared that post, and we had looked at that in one of the other lives. So yeah, I just think it was in retaliation, and we do need to see the paperwork. Is it for real, or are you just saying that, or had your lawyer friends or family lawyers draw up something? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not in fear for your life.
She's a snake, and she is an agent of Satan. That's what she is. Okay. Now, Mr. Man, what's his name? Carlos. What was his response when Holly got arrested? How was he
He,
looking?
he turned away and he ran to his car. He wasn't even like paying attention to Miss Meeks or anything at all. And
Wow.
by that time, my boyfriend started telling him, like, don't you feel remorse? Don't you feel bogus? Like, you didn't do anything. You just stood there. Like, you didn't even say anything to him. Like, to like,
I tapped
like,
into his
support her, like, back her up.
women.
He was like, isn't that your first love? Didn't you have a baby with her, bro? Like, she just dropped off her kid. Are you kidding me? Like, you're a coward. You're a coward. And then he looked like it wasn't him being, like, sad or, like, anything. He was, like, it looked like he was mad about something because of, like, his ego was hurt, you know? So he, like, tried to run at us, like, me and my guy.
What?
And he was trying to, like, act like he was gonna fight us. And that's when the cop came in between us. And then one of the cops was like, leave the scene. And I was like, well, I need to put my statement in. And they're like, well, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put my statement in. And then Carlos walked away when he was, like, giving me a look, you know?
Wow. So he was even trying to charge at these people that were out, trying to be witnesses to the situation. And those of you who came in late, this lady was the one we could hear on the video that was telling the police, arrest her. She has the gun in her truck and all of that. And her boyfriend was the other guy that you could see in the clip with the glasses. That's her boyfriend. And so my thing is, that shows you his aggressiveness. Even you're trying to charge at these people, okay, and trying to fight them. I don't know who's pumped his head up, baby, but he really thinks he's something because he's trying to come at women. And to me, that's a punk move. If you're trying to hit on women, you're a man, baby. You haven't come across the right man that will knock you out. Like, seriously. And one of her cousins, Romeca's cousins, even did a live and said, you were supposed to be at the gym, because he did a lot of videos on his page where he's always at the gym. Okay. And so she said, you were pretty much supposed to be at the gym, and here you are there doing all of that, so it really did look like a setup. And I agree with you, Ismika. A lot of the videos that are coming out now, they're trying to make her look a certain type of way to fit the narrative that it was self-defense. However, bringing up Romeca's background is no different than when these news reporters and so forth want to bring up the background of unarmed Black people to kind of fit their narrative. What are we doing? What did that have to do, her previous record? What did that have to do with this particular moment? Okay, was she trying to pull a weapon out on them and unalive them? This girl was a witness there. She said she had nothing. She had no weapon or anything like that. So why are you so in fear for your life? She wasn't even in the car. She couldn't even use the car as a weapon. She was trying to get in the car and leave, but he either holding her, the girl either standing in front of a car arguing with her. They did not want her to leave that spot. They really tried to keep her there. Carlos has a record for gun charges, so he wasn't supposed to be around guns at all, which is probably why she is the one that got the gun. Okay, and she threw it out there that I'm licensed to carry. I'm licensed to carry. So he let her, and she dumped. Oh, this is making me mad all over. Let me calm down. You dumb too, girl. He was using you. Like, seriously. He doesn't care about you. He cheating on you with the other girl, another girl out there somewhere. Okay, you'll find out about her soon, probably, if you already don't know. I don't know what looks so good about him anyway, because at first I thought it was another lady when I saw their pictures. He like almost female to me. So I don't know why we fighting over him anyways. Okay, but hey, that's your taste. It is what it is. But You're letting him use you to pretty much could have taken the fall if they took this seriously, and you would have been in jail away from your 6-month-old baby. Like, really, was it that serious? He has a whole other baby mother. We don't you and a lot of women, y'all, that have these type of scenarios, you don't know what the guy is telling the other baby mother. Sometimes he's coming to you saying she still want me and all of this stuff. Well, what is he telling her? He might be telling her the same thing too. Instead of going at it with each other, y'all need to be going at it with him. Okay, not each other. She wasn't in no fear. She acted in her emotions. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes, definitely.
But my guy was literally standing there too, like, what the hell, you know? But at the same time, you know, he didn't get to see most of it. I did, you know, so
Right. But I'm
he
glad
wasn't
your
really able to do
husband
it.
or your boyfriend stood up. He's a real man. He ain't afraid of no coward like Carlos beating on women. You know,
Yeah,
good for your boyfriend. I'm so happy that your boyfriend stood up to Satan himself. I'm so happy and thankful. I'm glad he
yeah.
didn't coward.
I appreciate that. And I know that he was doing it out of, you know, the goodness of his heart, because I was like, I honestly was crying, and I was like, babe, please go and help her. Like, I was like, I don't know, like, what made her do that right now. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, please go save her. Please go save her. I don't want her to die. And I like started crying because I was like, you know, looking at her, and I like started freaking out because I just, you know, the scene, everything, it was just like horrific. You know, I was like so like in shock, you know, I guess you would say.
We are experts at helping individuals with less than perfect credit get on the road to credit freedom.
It's a horrific scene to freak out to. I mean, hello, this is outrageous. Yes, this is
So,
nonsense. This is demonic. This is hell on earth. Literally.
literally, and I just felt like everybody's reaction, her reaction, everything, it made it seem like nobody cared. And I was like with tears in my eyes, arrest her. You know, I was like, I don't know what else I need to do. I will sign complaints. I don't know what else you need me to do. You need to arrest her. Like, I felt so much like rage because no one was like understanding what calmness and how like how cruel they could be, just standing there, him without tears in his eyes, and her just standing there like if she's like she had the right to take somebody's life. She had the right to snatch somebody from this earth. You know what I mean? Like, and to think to be like, let me look at her and tell her like everything's gonna be okay. He didn't even do that. You know what I mean? He literally like looked at her, stood there, and didn't do anything. Like, his face was like, you know, what, you know, when somebody dies and you love them, and even though you might have a little like, you know, hate or whatever case is, you still have that heart in you. It should have hurt it. You know, there should have been at least a tear in your eye, and
He's
there was not one.
he's a demon, that's why. He have gotten bodies before. They both probably on that time where they got bodies before. This is not their first kill. Okay, they're used to this. This is what they do. This is
Yeah.
what they do. And that's
I
why
just
Trump is coming to Chicago now. Go ahead.
I just that's pretty much it. But that's all I gotta really say, and I really do thank you for letting me speak out and telling, you know, the truth about what I seen and what I heard and everything. I just
No,
hope
we
that,
thank
you
you.
know,
We thank you. We
everything
need
goes
more
good.
people like you and your boyfriend. We thank you because without people that have the courage to speak out, where would we be in this world? Ran with demons. We need more people like you and your boyfriend to speak out and to call it like it is and to speak truth to power and to rebuke Satan when you see him right in front of your face, because Satan gotten so bold, just right in front of the kids. Can you imagine what that's going to do to the kids? And you said that Holly had her baby in her back seat. This is a whole mother here.
Yeah. And
And
it looked
she,
like a baby, you know? So
yeah. And she got all that energy. And then to hide the gun, and they were planning to get away with it. They were planning to get away with it. So thank God it's people like you. You are angel sent. You are definitely angel sent. God was using you to be a witness, to speak truth to power. Because if we don't have people like y'all, then we are lost. We are truly lost as a nation, you know? And I'm sure her family appreciates you speaking out too.
Well, I just hope that, you know, they find grievance, and that no matter what it is, that they come out stronger, you know, and I hope that, you know, whatever I did or what I could do, you know, for them, like, I hope everything goes well, you know, and I hope that they give that baby as much as love as, you know, he deserves, because it was senseless for somebody to take his mommy, you know, and that was the last thing that he ever seen, I guess, you know. So
Yeah. Do you feel like the police failed them because they said she already had a restraining order? What else could she do? You got a restraining order against this guy. He's just still obsessed, and now he's popping up at the school because they say he didn't know where she lived.
Yes, and I'm glad that Gigi brought that up. Supposedly, Romeca had moved, okay? Because even in her post, she had put that he didn't have her phone number, the new phone number, or knew where she lived at her new place. And if you notice in that video that I shared of her dancing, it looked like she had boxes in the background, so it looked like she had probably just moved there because that was her last final dance, like a few days before all of this took place. And so I'm glad that she brought that up. So he knew that she would be there to drop her son off. Okay. And this may be the moment for them to show up. So I'm glad that she brought that up. I'm so glad. And I like this lady. Yes, bless this woman's heart. I like that she is only telling what she saw. If y'all notice throughout this, she's not trying to add to the narrative or add too much of her thoughts about certain things. And that's what a witness does. Like certain stuff, she's like, I don't know on that part. She only wanted to share what she witnessed in that moment. So I appreciate that about her testimony as well. And hey, Jazzy J is in the building. Hey, sis. And also, Jasmine Girl had said those videos aren't for us, it's for Carlos to prove to police that Romeca was violent to help their self-defense case. Carlos may be the only one to go to jail for a gun charge. But possibly, but at the same time, I'm wondering, would they charge him if it wasn't his weapon and he didn't handle it? They were in two different cars also, so it would be like, oh, you got out my car, anything like that. So I don't know. Even with that, Tabby's Business said, Obi, did you see all the videos they put out trying to make Mika look like the aggressor? Yes, I've been looking at those videos, and that's what I said in the moment, y'all. I get it. There were videos of her being upset, but those are videos from his angle. Okay, how do we know what happened before she's going all popping off in those videos? But she also said he was stalking her. What videos did she have? Okay, but oops, she's not alive to show us. Uh-oh. Okay, well, where's her phone? Because I'm pretty sure she has a lot of proof in her phone as well, sir. So right now it's one-sided because you're alive. You can show the times that you pretty much were there and she's popping up, but I wonder what's in her phone, her camera phone. Okay. Hey, Dreaming Girl, thank you for joining, sis. I'm telling you, it is, y'all, this is so one-sided. It's so one-sided. And then the only other things we can hear would be from her friends or from her family. And of course, people are saying, well, it's her family. Of course, they're going to say XYZ. But look at her being rough in this video or cussing him out in this video. I would be cussing him out too. He up here trying to fight me. Okay. And even on that same day, the girl said that before the shooting happened, for those of you coming in, he was hitting her in the back with her door. her car door, which is why she originally called the police. Okay, this was before the shooting happened. Yes, thank you so much, Dreamy Girl. If y'all want to support the channel or help me reach my goal, there are various ways to support, and Dreamy Girl just put those into the chat. Yes, and please hit that like button. I'm telling you, girl, it is crazy.
Yeah. You know what I feel like? I feel like when I seen everybody, you know, at first it looked like Carlos and her were talking like fine. But then the other, well, Miss Johnson popped up out of nowhere and started arguing too.
Oh,
You
so Holly came last. Holly
know?
Johnson came last. She done popped up.
Yeah.
Was she
And
like she did he call her to there? Because the cousin spoke and cousin was like, you call, she didn't say call, but almost as if it could have been interpreted like you were supposed to be working at the gym and then you didn't have her come up there. So but you don't know that. I was gonna say, how did Holly know to come up there? And
you
why
know,
would
I
Holly
wouldn't
go to
know.
there if you got a what she got, a restraining order towards the girl? Then you know why you been around her then. Liar. She don't got no damn restraining order. That girl ain't do shit to her. That girl don't even want to see her.
Yeah, because all I know was she was yelling out that she dropped off her baby. But I honestly do feel like the cops did their job, you know, because at the end when but my thing is they did do the backtrack and they got my story, you know,
Right.
because everything was too crazy on the scene. Everybody, they were all trying to like calm everybody down, and you know, we were all screaming our heads off, you know what I mean? And it was like a huge scene. There was a lot of people around us, and one person even said like, oh, don't even give him your number, don't even give him nothing, why would you snitch, why would you snitch? And it was like,
What?
it's not
That don't
snitching,
make
you know.
sense to me. Somebody
See, I'm not a
died.
bystander.
Somebody
Yeah.
said,
Yes,
why would you
Sammy's business.
snitch
I agree.
on a murder?
Yeah, so to
If
me I was like,
if I would have
that's not, I'm not a bystander.
if I would have took their mama out, then they gonna have that same feeling. Probably so, because they probably hate their mama because they on demon time, child. They hate their mama, they hate their daddy, they hate life itself. They just a death. How could you? Don't snitch, don't tell.
Hmm.
What is wrong with you?
Embarrassing story, but I can't pay my rent. My friend told me about how she got this $5,000 loan to pay off her bills,
And I was like, I'm not a bystander. I'm not a bystander. I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit. Like, I'm not gonna have somebody just die right there and no one's gonna say anything. I was like, no one's helping her. I was like, she don't got nobody. He's over here all kissing her ass. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I was like, what the fuck? Who was gonna speak up for her? And I was like in the crowd literally yelling at everybody because I was like this is not cool. Like, I don't know why everybody, and to think that even somebody from the crowd went up to him to shake up with him, you know, and then when she shook up with
What do
him,
you mean
yeah,
shake up? Like shake hands?
yeah, and she got blood on him, on her, you know, she got blood on her hand because he came up to shake up with her, you know.
Why would
So it
okay,
was
I'm
like
lost. Why is he shaking somebody's hand and why somebody shaking his hand?
Right.
after he literally like was, you know, I'm not just like, I'm just so, I was like, what the hell, like what's going on, like, and the girl was like, you got blood on my hand, bro. But like you still went up to him to say what's up. You know what I mean? So to me I was just like, what's going on? You know what I mean? But
Right.
I
That's
just,
weird as hell.
yeah. So I just, but
Did they not see everything that happened?
I'm not sure, but all I know is that what I seen was, it was looking kind of funny. You know, it was looking kind of weird. I was like, no one's gonna say anything. He's over here not even trying to tell nobody nothing. Besides that, what's it called? She was being like rude. She was being crazy, and that it was a self defense. It was a self defense. But from what I saw, it was not no self defense. You know, she was nowhere near you. Like, she was nowhere near you at all, like whatsoever. She had nothing in her hands. She didn't have no gun. She didn't have no knife. She had her bare hands. You know, she said, she was like, what? You want to keep acting like you come up to my car, bitch? Out, like, what? I could beat your
What?
ass, like, what, bitch? And she went to go get a gun. You know what I mean? Like, that was senseless. Like, I thought, like, we were, better than this. Like, I thought we were grown. You know what I mean? Like, where were you scared for your life to where you went to go get a gun? You know what I mean? Like, you already talking shit to her in front of her car, and you were telling her all kinds of shit for her to come out her car to tell you, like, what? You were saying you were gonna beat my ass, so come back over here, come beat my ass then. But then you want to be like, nah, bitch, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. Carlos says, yeah, she's gonna go get her gun. She's gonna go get her gun. She'll shoot you. And boom, she gets shot because it was almost like I don't know, it looked like a movie to me. You know what I mean? It was so like I was so in shock to the point where I was like, is this even happening? You know?
Mm-hmm. How many gunshots?
Now, y'all, Jasmine girl brought up a good point because she lives there. She said, I like Gigi, but she doesn't understand that witnesses get unalived here. They do not protect witnesses here. They don't protect anyone that's not a celebrity. So I think that's why this witness said that she, gave her statement, but she doesn't want to be called to the stand or anything like that. To be a witness on the stand, but she wanted to at least speak up on behalf of Romeca. And I respect her for that. And I thank her for that, because the other people there were not. And y'all, some of the people that live there, to them, this is almost like an everyday thing to the point where they're immune to it. They don't want to speak up about anything. They don't want to get involved because they don't know if someone's going to come after them. They get used to seeing it every day. Jasmine said it's no accountability. They close these cases. A lot of the cases are being closed. And she also said that they had recently gotten rid of all of the cameras around in the areas. And see, they may have known that there were no cameras around to see this, only from people recording. And a lot of the recordings came after the fact, the phone footage, okay? That was after she had already shot Romeca. I don't think anyone was out there recording the argument, him hitting her with the car door, all of that. No one was probably recording at that point. This lady stated that she overheard them arguing and doing all of that, which is why she called the police. That's why the police was coming originally. But then Holly pulled up and it escalated. They're trying to bait her. To me, it looked like they were trying to bait her. Okay, so that she could have a reaction to give the girl more ammunition to say, I was fearing for my life. Okay, using the same line that police use when they shoot an unarmed black man or woman. Okay, that's what they say. So she's trying to pull one of those moves. It was alleged that Romeca did not have a weapon. Okay, some people are trying to say, well, she went to get her gun. Well, the lady said she didn't have one. She was there. We got to quit putting stuff out there if you weren't even there. All this he said, she said stuff. I'm going to listen to someone that was there. And we heard this lady's voice on the recording. She was there. She called the police. So where's all this other stuff coming from? It's just putting too much different stuff out there. Stick with the facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is just too much.
Did you hear? Because I heard 4 rounds.
Yeah, I heard 5 rounds actually.
Wow.
Yeah, and the only reason the cop was on scene and he was unloading the gun and he was like, it froze. So the only reason why she stopped was because the gun got stuck. Otherwise, it probably would have she probably would have still kept shooting.
Did y'all hear that? She said the only reason Holly allegedly stopped shooting was because the gun got stuck. She would have still been firing on this woman. What type of hate do you have in your heart that you keep shooting that many times? She's already on the ground. No longer like you want to say a threat. She wasn't a threat in the first place. You had already shot her 3 times. This lady said she heard 5, but said that she would have kept shooting if the gun didn't lock. And then she's not even considering the fact that her son was in Holly's son, her baby was in her car. So what if one of those bullets would have ricocheted and hit your own child? If all of this is happening in front of a school, how come she's not charged with having a weapon on school property? Okay, there could have been other children, and it looked like even in the video, there was one girl that he even walked up to and put his hand on her, got blood on her shirt. Was she a child with a backpack on? And y'all got all of this going on outside, and this kids walking around out here going to school. She should have been charged with that, with all of the school shootings that we're having, of even having a weapon on school property. I know if I was a parent that my child attended that school, I would be all over this. I would be all over it. Y'all gonna let this girl go and she had a weapon? Now, I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way or anything like that. Aside from that other case with Romeca and her unaliving her, no, we have a whole other issue. We have a whole other issue. Why is this lady let go and she had a gun on school property? We have a whole other issue there. And I will be all over the school board, police department, all of that. Like, something has got to happen, and there needs to be some type of justice in this case. Yeah. Hey, Joanne. Right. It's crazy.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Oh, why would she continue to shoot? How did you feel? And I'm sorry. And I haven't said this, and I just want to say I'm sorry that you had to witness that. This has traumatized you, and you never going to forget this moment. And I'm sorry that you had to bear witness, but you are strong and you have the strength. So God did not make no mistakes. So I want to know, how did you feel when you heard those shots?
I felt scared. I was literally screaming my head off. I was like, when I was witnessing it, I was close by the smoothie shop right there, and I ran back into the green line, and I started telling everybody to stay in there because I didn't want anybody to get hurt. That they're shooting. She still has the gun while I'm on the phone with the cops, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy, because to the point where I was just like so scared to leave. There was little kids coming off the train, going to school, you know what I mean? And it was like,
Jasmine, because this lady is saying that Romeca was hollering, I just dropped my son off, and her car was right there. So, because I'm hearing some people saying it didn't happen on school grounds. Well, where did she drop her son off? I guess that's the confusion, because she's saying she just dropped her son off, and that's when she had the lunch and all of that. So I guess I'm a little confused. Like, I'm not from that area, so I don't know where. I wish I was, baby. I would definitely go down there. I'm the type that I like to go look for myself. So I would definitely go to see where this was. Like, where were they? Why is she talking about just drop my son off? So I don't know. I just need to know, because I'm hearing, bless you, conflicting info on that part.
I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? What just went down? I was like so in shock. Like, how did that just happen? Like, from an argument, from like, like fighting with nothing, not like bare hands, you went from that to a gun, like, and she's just as, like, I think she was smaller than her, like, I was just like, what's going on? Like, I thought he had her in a, like, almost a headlock looking. I was like, this is like over, like, excessive. And I kept saying that. I was like, this was excessive. I feel like this was too much. Like, you guys did too much. He was like, nah. And he literally came up to me. He's like, shut the fuck up, you snitch bitch. And he went up to my guy and he was talking about, calm down. What's it called? Shut up already. No one wants to hear it. Because he didn't want nobody to hear what we were saying, because we like literally saw, like, my guy saw the last part, and I saw like everything,
Wow. Now, okay, Jasmine, she said it didn't happen on school grounds. This was across the street. Okay. It took place in front of a senior building. Okay, so I'm still confused on that. Like, yeah, like, this is weird. So why was she there? Even if it was across the street, like, I mean, I don't know, did he contact her? it's a lot of missing pieces right there. Like if she had just dropped her son off, I don't know if it was something else. Maybe she was stopping to get something to eat. I don't know if it's an eating place right there. Like why is she across the street and she had just dropped her son off in front of a senior building? That would I need some answers. Okay. Like it's some I'm a visual person, so when people telling stories, like I'm going through it in my mind. I'm trying to picture, okay, her car was there, the girl pulled up, he pulled up, the girl pulls up, her car's on the sidewalk, and I'm just thinking that she was just had dropped her son off in the school, but now she's across the street. Like what made her go across the street? They're saying down the street from the school. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, Felicia, this is the lady that was in the video. You could hear her saying to arrest the girl that the gun was in her car. This is her. Hi, Nakia. She's lying. You can hear that in her voice. Who's lying? This the girl that was out there. She's been on set. Who are you saying was lying, Felicia? Or who said that? Not Felicia. Nakia. Okay, Jasmine said I live 3 blocks away and the school is across the street. It's oddly positioned, but it's not technically school grounds. It was across the street. I don't know why Romeca was where she was, honestly. See, and that's what's making me wonder if there was some type of text message or something that made her pull right there. Is there an eating place or a cafe or something right there in that area? Hey, Lachelle, she said allegedly she was dropping her son's lunch off and baby mama too dropped the son off. Well, according to this witness, she said that Romeca was saying that she had just dropped her son off. She was yelling that to the baby's father and the girlfriend, the other baby mother. So I don't know if maybe the son spent the night or something or stayed and she went and picked him up and they knew where she was going or followed her there. I don't know. It's like that part is still like a missing piece. I don't know because the school is huge and it's plenty of parking spaces and in front of the school. She should not have been over there. And yes, it is restaurants and Chinatown is a few blocks away too. Okay, okay. Got you. Yeah, definitely I think it was a setup. Okay. That part I definitely believe that it was a setup.
I was like, this is so sad. Like, and like I watched her collapse and I saw, like, I was like, why wouldn't you go to her, like, you know, to hold her, to tell her, like, you know, like, why wouldn't you do anything, you know? But I don't know. It was just crazy to me. And
Sending money abroad? Save time and money with Wise. Get alerted when the
I hope that, you know, me saying this is like, this is helping out, like, kind
It
of what
is.
everybody's been
It
doing.
is. Because we are at a battle and we need more soldiers like you. When I tell you that we are suffocated with demons and demonic forces like this, so you give us hope, girl. You give us hope to know if we are charged by a demon, whether it's our husband, our boyfriend, whoever, it might be someone like you God has sent to bear witness. You give us hope to know that other people in this world still have a heart. They still have courage because there's so many cowards. So you give us hope. You are doing God's work.
Thank you. But that's pretty much all I have to say. And thank you for letting me talk. And I hope the rest of this video and whatever you have to say, you know, speaks the truth and allows everybody to understand what happened. You know, because I want everybody to know that she didn't have anything in her hands. She was, you know, defenseless herself towards somebody that had a gun, you know, and it didn't go down. I don't think she didn't think it was going to go down like this because she would have never got out of her car. I really don't think she would have if she saw the gun, you know. She just dropped off her kid. So, but thank
Let me
you.
make this clear too. She got out the car because Holly Johnson got in front of her car doing all that yelling and provoking her. Yeah, you gonna whoop my ass. Come on. You said you was gonna whoop my ass. Come on out. Come on out. So she gets out, and then that's when you said Carlos was grabbing her by the waist. Then Carlos grabbed her by the neck or had her on a chokehold. So therefore, homegirl Miss Meeks is not a threat. She can't do nothing.
Right.
And that's when Holly Johnson go around and get the gun and come back and shoot her for 5 rounds, they say, while this big man got her in the choke head.
She actually like somehow squeezed out of his chokehold, right? And when she squeezed out, that's when the Miss Johnson shot her.
Wow.
Was the girl charging her? Was Meeks charging her after the chokehold?
No, she wasn't. It looked like she was walking the other way. Like she was
Oh,
going
okay.
around her car. Yeah.
She was walking the other way. So did she shot her in the back, or how did she get in the face if she was walking the other way?
She shot her like it looked like almost like near her, like her side of her face, like she got shot almost by her chin, I feel like, and then her thigh and then her side.
Oh, side.
Because maybe, reflex, you're going to look back to see what's going on.
And when I saw her fall, like, and I saw the blood splatting from her face.
Oh my God.
So to me, that's why I was like, you guys need to come fast. Like this needs to like, I was just, it was so crazy. But thank you for letting me get it off my chest, and I hope that everything goes well. So I actually have work tomorrow morning, so
okay.
I just wanted to be able to get it off my chest. But thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. And call back anytime if you want to say something or whatever.
Wow. Y'all. Oh my gosh. So I think when she went to get that gun and Romeca was about to get into her car, that's when she shot. That's why it went through her chin. And she said it was a part through her side because she wasn't coming at her full frontal. And then there was a shot to her face. And she said she shot out like multiple times. She shot out because she had gotten out of his grip and was about to get into the car. And that's when you see the video of her laying right there by her car. Her body was laying right there by her car. She was in the white vehicle that's being shown on the video. And said that the only reason that she stopped shooting is because the gun locked on her. But she would have kept shooting. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, like, that's a whole nother level of evil. For you to keep on shooting like that, even if you shot her in just one time and she failed, okay? I'm like, come on, do we have to keep doing that? Now, Jasmine said it's a really nice area. This stuff doesn't happen over here. It's very expensive to live here. I wonder how Carlos can afford to be in this neighborhood, especially since he has 6 kids to pay for. Well, does he even live in that neighborhood, or was he just over there? I don't know. Lachelle said that baby daddy was playing both sides. I believe that too. But if Romeca had a restraining order on him and Holly had a restraining order on Romeca, none of this should not have happened. Exactly. Why did they come? Because Romeca wasn't approaching them or going to where they were. They came to where she was. And I'm wondering, did they follow her? If the school was across the street or kind of in that vicinity, was it possible that maybe he flagged her down or was blowing for her to pull up? I don't know what made her pull over, because I know we can't rewind time, but I just wish that she would have just kept driving or got in her vehicle. Don't keep getting out, just leave. Don't even listen to them. Just get in the car and leave. I just really wish she would have done that. And I know we can't rewind time. Brittany, and welcome, Brittany. She said, though, they both need to be in jail. That's messed up. I feel bad for her son. Has to grow up without a mother. Exactly. And he wasn't thinking about that. See, your other child or children have their moms, okay? And we don't even know what type of drama he's going through with them because he has 6 kids. Okay, that's 2 of the mothers right there that were getting into it. I don't even know who has the others. Okay. But what was going on with this situation? Why was it so tense that it got to this particular point? That's what everyone is just wondering. Um, and so I really commend this lady for coming, online and kind of talking about what she witnessed there. Like she said, it's not that it can change anything, but hopefully, give the family some type of justice, or hearing what really happened and putting that out there. I hope the police continue to investigate and, get to the bottom of this because we don't know what they went and told the police. Okay, because they were already coming up with their story there on the scene. She said he fist pumped the girl Holly and said, "Oh, it's self defense. It's self defense." You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing a fist pump? Then you overhear people, what you congratulating him for? Like, he is the one that's in between these 2 women, and I believe he played both of them. He was playing both of them. Now she up there allowing him to use her and her going to her car, getting her weapon, okay, and can take the fall for this. And then she won't be with her child either. That's crazy work. Like, seriously, that wasn't even necessary. Let me pull this up, y'all. Okay, Jasmine said Carlos live in walking distance to the school. All his kids go to that school except the newborn. Oh, really? So all of his kids go. So, oh my God! So all the kids go to the same school. So his other kids could have possibly been in school when this happened too. That's crazy. Okay, so it happened on the block he lives on. Okay, okay, got you. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is so sad. Okay, so let me show y'all this also, y'all. This post was from Romeca's tattoo artist because y'all notice she has multiple tattoos. And this really, really touched my heart. It says, I am near did all her tats. The last tat we did was dedication to your little boy. Oh my gosh. And that's all I'm shaking my head thinking about. Too many youth growing up parentless. You were a real one. Always had good energy, even during your tattoo sessions. Shaking my head. I pray for the family and your little boy, Carlos, and your little boy, Carlos. Shaking my head. Rest up, my slime. I know a lot of deadbeat ass women out here, and you was everything far from that. Tell my family up there I love them and we miss them. I hear you and my brother Captain up there talking about me. No wonder I had chills touching the tattoo machine yesterday, warming up for October start. And now this, man, shaking my head. Wow. So she had just gotten that tattoo dedicated to her son, y'all. And he posted this on September the 10th. And this was from her tattoo artist. Whew. And then on top of that, I hope her little boy realizes how much his mom loved him. She got the tattoo and then that last note in his lunch. I hope he holds on to that forever. I hope he really holds on to that forever because, oh my gosh, y'all, that really touched my heart seeing that. Um, and then also yesterday, I believe it was yesterday when the mom posted this, Romeca's mom. Let's see here. Her funeral arrangements have been made for this week. I had to put that song, that whole song, y'all. Oh my gosh. When I pulled it up, I didn't get the whole thing. But when I tell y'all, I had never heard that song, and I hear that song at a lot of funerals. But y'all, the way she sang that song, I just listened to it on repeat yesterday after I did this short. I just listened to it on repeat. Oh my gosh. But her homegoing service is the same day as my son's birthday on September the 18th. And so keep her family lifted in prayer, y'all, because I know this is hard enough, okay, having to lay your loved one to rest, but then also having to deal with this whole other matter of seeking justice for your loved one, okay? That's a whole other thing that they have to deal with. But I know her mom, her sisters, her cousin, y'all, they've done videos and things, and they are taking it hard. And it's really, really painful. So I just pray for that family. And also, I pray for the community. It seems like a lot of people knew her. A lot of people knew her. And they talked about how, nice of a woman she was, and she was trying to become a nurse and to do some things with her life. She had moved and all of that. And so I just hate that it ended with such tragedy, a tragic end. And so, y'all, if, let's see, Honey 5K Gangster said when he grow up, he's gonna hate his father. Right? When he comes to know of how this happened, because he seems young, and they can't hide it from the internet. Okay. Eventually he will see that, and he's gonna have questions, and it's going to be a struggle within him, probably. I pray that God helps him with that, of knowing his father was involved in this situation, of how his mom got unalive. Like that there, it is crazy. Jasmine said, I pray they go to jail, but once they free someone, they have never recharged them. R. Kelly only got recharged because of John Legend spoke out in public outcry from outside of Illinois. Oh, wow. Wow. So it's already hard enough for them to probably bring her in. They didn't even want to get the witness statement. Okay. They didn't really want to get that. She had to tell them, I want to give my statement. So it wasn't even like they were trying to be proactive and getting, the information. Right. She seemed like a hardworking, beautiful young lady. But y'all, if it's any baby mothers out here / girlfriends that are in similar scenarios, when I say that, I'm talking about you share a baby father with another woman, y'all tend to get into it and all of that. Y'all, let this be, let's say this. Let Romeca's life, okay, and how it ended not be in vain. Know that no one wins in those situations. If a person has to cheat, if a person wants to go, let them go. Don't even deal with back and forth drama with him, with the new girlfriend, the new baby mama. It's not worth it. Be here for your child. I hate that this ended like this, but y'all, it's so many women out here in situations like this, and it's hard to watch. The children need you. They need the father and they need the mother. Okay, let the focus be on the child and making sure that they get the help that they need, but never fight over a man, have yourself stressed out over a man, baby. Bid him bye-bye. Okay, if it's not about your child, baby, don't call me. Don't come over here. You can go be with that woman. I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Be with someone that's going to love you and love your child. Not fighting over a guy. That part is the hard part. Is fighting over, going back and forth with the other person. And I'm talking to the Holly girl too. You looking dumb out here as well. Girl, what are you fighting for? You have a newborn child. You should have been taking care of that child at home somewhere. Not have him in a car while you out here unaliving other people. And your baby's dad, other baby mama. You have a whole child. Somebody should have called CPS on her. What? Where's CPS at? Okay. Where's CPS? She has a whole weapon around her child, all out fighting and arguing and unaliving somebody while the baby's in the car. So CPS wasn't called. It's not worth it, y'all. The arguing, the baby mama drama stuff, all of that, it's not worth it. It's really not. So don't let her life, the way her life ended, be in vain. She was making steps, it looks like, to better her life. And it just, unfortunately, I believe it was a setup. She got caught, ambushed by these two. It eventually led to this. And I hate it for her family, her friends, the community to have to, witness this and have to go through this type of situation. So any young girls that may come across this video, let it go. Let him go. Okay, if he wants to cheat, let him cheat. Look, you are doing good by yourself. Okay, God will be the difference. Believe me, my mom was a single mom, and she raised me right and took care of me. My dad would send some money, when he would get paid, but you can still do it, and God will enable you to do it and do a great job. It's a lot of single moms out here rocking this thing, doing a great job. The extra stress is not even worth it when you sharing them too, and we don't know what he was telling these women. And fighting you too? Oh no. Oh no. Let him go. Let him go. No one wins. No one wins in those types of situations. Not even the children. Her son will be affected by his father's choice. Okay? And the drama his father and his other baby mama brought to this. Dreamy Girl said, I have to control emotions extra hard these days because people will snap so fast. I'm learning to say okay and move on. Exactly. It's becoming that. Look, you got it. You got it. You got to tell people nowadays, look, that doesn't mean that you lose though. When you tell someone you got it and you move on with life, you're actually winning. Okay, because you're not lowering yourself, stooping to their levels. Okay, you're better than that. You're bigger than the extra drama. You're bigger than that. It's not worth it. The extra drama, stress, cussing each other out, fighting. We're out here 30, 40 years old still fighting. No, you're better than that. Brittany said it's not worth it. We have to do better, right? Never fight over a guy. It's so sad. Let it be. Let them go. They will miss out on a good thing. Exactly. No. I don't think she feels bad. Nope. I don't think she feels bad. They got what they wanted. And she thinks, oh, she's won a trophy or a prize. Girl, he already been cheating on you probably and about to move on to the next. And now you going to be in Romeca's shoes. Okay? While he moves on to the next baby mama. Like, seriously, it's going to be a cycle with him. That's what it's going to be. Hey, Dr. Braves, girl, we were talking about, there was a witness, the lady that was heard in the video that was saying arrest her. She actually came forward, to share her version of what happened on the messy spot with Gigi last night. And so I was playing a snippet of that, of her telling what happened. She was an actual witness, and her boyfriend was the one seen in the camera when they were recording, talking to the guy and all that, saying you had her in a chokehold. So that was her boyfriend. Yeah, I'm telling you, girl, just tell him you got it. No, I don't think that she is sorry or feel bad. No remorse. They didn't even have remorse there. The girl said that they were fist pumping, said that he wasn't trying to render aid. He wasn't trying to stop the bleeding. He looked very mischievous in his look, like he was glad that this happened. It was like, she said it just didn't look like he felt some type of way, like sad or anything. And the girl definitely not. No. I don't believe she do either, because she was quick to say, I got license to carry. Right. And they were saying self-defense so that they could run with that. they could run with that when they got to the police station. So no, she doesn't feel bad. She feels like she won a prize. All he's going to do is move on to the next one and leave number 2 taking the fall. Yes, that's it. So I don't know why she thinks she got a prize. Girl, you looking dumb. Okay, he just used you to accomplish what he wanted to do. He's not going to go to jail. Okay, I do not believe he will go to jail. And I don't even know if they are going to pursue any charges because Jasmine Girl said they do this for many cases. They don't even charge them. And then to recharge a case, the odds go down even more. So I don't know. Some people were saying on some of the posts I was looking at, they were like, well, I guess it falls on street justice. Now, I'm not saying that, but that's what some people were saying in the comments. You know how those things go. Okay. I still believe he wanted to unalive her and he used her to do what he was too coward to do. Exactly. He did. Because if y'all missed it, y'all go back and listen to the replay. The girl said he was saying when he was holding her, he said, she got her gun. She's going to shoot you. Like, he didn't try to tell the other baby mama, hey, don't go get the gun. No, don't do that. He wasn't trying to. He was holding her and waiting for her to go and get the gun. Okay, so that shows right there it wasn't anything that he was trying to stop. Hi, honey, 5K. Gangsta Goddess is in the building. That girl committed to unalive. She's not going to be right mentally, physically. She's going to be sick. She's not even going to be mentally together to take care of her newborn baby. Well, Gigi was saying, and I also wonder this as well. She was saying she thinks that they probably have bodies already. And the way that this girl shared a post that said sometimes you just got to go out and unalive people. She just shared a post about that not too long ago. And then what else did she say? Was it who said it in the chat? Was it Jasmine? I think Jasmine Girl said that on TikTok, a friend, one of Holly's friends had posted that Holly would be the one to most likely unalive someone. And she agreed with it, with the post, thinking it's funny. So I don't think she has any remorse or feel bad about it. She feels like she won a prize, that she has her man and the other girls out of the way. But for girl, it will be another one. Y'all not even married. Y'all out here fighting for a guy that you're not married. He reminds me of a girl. I thought it was 2 girls in the picture. Okay. And he's a punk for doing that. Hitting women. That's a punk move. He was trying, the girl said he was trying to come at her because he was calling her a snitch when they were out there when she was talking to the police. He likes to fight women. Men that fight women are punks to me. Like, seriously, you haven't come across the right guy. Okay? So he feels like, oh, he's okay to fight on these girls. I have these girls going after each other over me, pumping his head up. Dude, please. Okay, you're not a prize. Please give it up. Brittany said, I hope they reopen this case. Justice will be served. I hope so, too. He needs to go to jail. So sad and heartbreaking. Right. Yeah. And I believe he did put her in a trick bag. Yes. They literally was pillow talking about this. I believe that, too. And I believe that it was a setup and they ambushed her that morning. They knew that she would be there. And allegedly, she had moved and he didn't know where she stayed, the new place. And if y'all look at the video where she's dancing, there were boxes in the background. Okay? So it looks like she was just getting settled into her place, her new place. Lachelle said, I heard that she go back to court either this month or next month, allegedly. Yeah, and now he's been sharing on his Facebook, and I think he blocked me because at first I could see his page. But now when I try to find it, you know how like on Facebook, if someone blocks you, the name is not highlighted. And I think he blocked me. Now, unless y'all can see it, then, or y'all can't see it, then maybe he changed the name because a lot of people are looking for him. maybe he changed the name, but I can't find it anymore, and it's not highlighted. If someone tags him in a post, at first I could just click on that highlighted name. Now it's not highlighted, so I don't know if he's been seeing me sharing that on Facebook or whatever. I don't care if you block me, sir. You can share up a storm just because you're sharing previous videos of her. Y'all were getting into it just because people are trying to pull her background. What does that have to do with in the moment what happened? And oops, we can't see her videos because she's no longer here. I'm pretty sure she has all types of proof too. Okay. So if we could get into her phone, we could see that as well. Thank you so much, sis. His ego was bruised due to rejection, and that rejection turned into hatred and obsession. I agree. I think she didn't want to be with him anymore. And she even shared in a post that, about baby daddies when they can't move on. He was allegedly showing up at her job trying to fight her. Tiffany said that is it. When you have money, you can get the best lawyer. Exactly, Tiffany. Yes. She has videos up addressing Romeca and shaming her for working a regular job because she's rich. See, that kind of stuff. Like, girl, and it's probably her parents' money. Okay. They pumps and they also like me as well. Oh, like me as well. Because I'm telling you, when I wasn't even trying to be funny. When I saw the picture, I thought it was two girls. So I'm like, you don't even like a manly man. That guy, you have not met the right guy yet. Okay. I'm just being honest. That was my first thought when I first saw the picture. Well, he will be putting his hands on Holly next. Oh, hello? If he hasn't already, or if he isn't already. Hello? Say that again. Yes, I agree. I wonder why Romeca Brothers didn't say anything to him. His son knows his girlfriend killed his mother. I hope they don't think that's gonna go well. Ooh, and when he really I want to know what have they told the son, because allegedly I think the mom said, Romeca's mom said she's watching the son now, and I'm wondering have they told him the truth, and if they're going to let him go with his father. See, that's a whole other situation too. Now you have a custody situation. Okay, because they probably don't want him to go with the mom. I mean, with the father. Now that this has happened, because I wouldn't want my child, or well, now would be my daughter's child to go with her killer, and the dad. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. So now they have to go through a whole custody situation to see what happens with that, I guess. Because people don't play about young women and being unalive. They will find him. Okay. It's a lot of men like him out here. It really is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of men out here and it's a lot of women out here that do these types of things. Like, it's not okay. They're not going to say nothing to him. They do that stuff behind closed. Harley thinks she's safe. Oh, Holly thinks she's safe. She's not safe out here. She's not safe in Chicago right now. She better go back to Milwaukee. Yeah. I mean, because she thinks she got that pow and she's licensed to carry in case somebody comes after her. But, child, you had to go to the car to get that. And people think just because they have a license to carry and all of that, you have it, you better be quick on the draw. Okay, like, seriously, that takes some practice and being trained, like literally trained, okay, to do that, because some people get caught off guard. They don't have time to get to it. So it's all kind of scenarios out there. So yeah, she definitely would probably want to go back to where she came from. I wouldn't have him around his father either. Exactly. Let's see. I don't believe he's interested in being a part of the son's life. He wanted control over her and got pissed when he could no longer have it. I believe that too. Yep, and I believe it did her his ego when she rejected him. And she was beautiful. Like she probably could have had other, all these other men and stuff like that. We don't know if she was dating or anything like that. But he probably wanted to be with her. And that's what Holly should be questioning. Okay. Girl, was he still trying to be with her? Why is it all of this tension and stuff like that going on? She trying to get away from him. He coming up to her job and stuff like that. Like, girl, you need to think. Okay, he's playing you. My cousin worked at the juvenile court and he's seen his family there. They filed for custody already. Oh, really? Uh-oh. So, okay, she's not from Milwaukee. She is from a wealthy north suburb in Illinois. Her parents have the money. Okay, got you. Okay. So y'all, they have probably already, because that was my first thought this morning. I was like, uh-oh, what if he wants to see the son? What is supposed to happen with that? And so allegedly they already filing for some type of custody. Cause I wouldn't want the son going around the father, because the father gonna have him around the other baby mama, and she unalive his mom. I would not want that. Okay, I wouldn't want him around the father at all, to be honest. Wow. Holly should be worried if he could do that to her. Imagine when he inevitably turns on Holly, for another dumb woman and gets the same idea in his head. Exactly. After the shooting, he went home and changed clothes and tried to get his son, but the school denied him access. I'm glad. I'm glad they did that. Oh, now see, he was wrong for that. Look, honey, 5K, I wasn't going to be petty and say that, but we are thinking alike. Girl, I was thinking the same thing when Jasmine girl said her family got money and they're wealthy. And I was just like, okay, so the thought hit my head thinking back to that video. And I was like, well, girl, you come out looking like that, y'all got money. But I wasn't trying to be petty. I don't think his son would want to be around a female that took his mother's life. Exactly. That's why I'm wondering, did they tell him the truth? Have they shared how this happened with him? So oh Lord, that's a whole other, y'all, that's just so tragic. I just would not want to share that with my child. And that's so traumatic in itself that they had to explain all of this. I really pray for him because he looks young. I mean, he looks around a good 6 or 7 years old. And at that age, they kind of grasp some things, but y'all, at the same time, this poor baby may have witnessed some of this arguing and all of that before between his parents. And hey, he's probably been around it. But to know that it led to this would be a whole different ball game. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. That's sad. So prayers up for that family and that community, y'all. I wanted to share that witness account of what took place and her funeral arrangements for this week. But I will continue to be on the lookout. If y'all hear of anything, send me a message as well. I'm on TikTok, IG. They both need to be in jail. This was evil and sick. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now that little boy has got to grow up with childhood trauma. Right. So that's what I'm saying. When those decisions are made and people are going back and forth and doing all this nonsense, I don't think they're considering how it's going to impact the child. You are now giving them trauma that they have to heal from one day. Okay. Okay, so yeah, he looks about 6 or 7. Yeah. And he has other children. I wouldn't even want them around my children. If I was one of the other baby mothers, I wouldn't want my children around him and that girlfriend. Y'all crazy. Okay? I would not want my child around his father and his girlfriend. I'm not sure if he will end up in jail, but she will. If she does, she may turn on him to get a reduced sentence. Yeah, but what charges would they give him though? Besides him holding her, what else? I guess that's the part that I'm not sure of either. That's crazy. Wow. Well, we will see. This is like this a tough battle that this family has, y'all. And hopefully the police or the investigators will put out more information, because right now it's like a lot of stories going around and they haven't come out and said any of it. Okay, so a lot of it is like people that live there, or some of the accounts from the witnesses there. But as far as the in-depth like investigation, now until it's complete, they may not say anything. But hopefully they will come out, because if I was an investigator, I would definitely look into her cell phone records, his cell phone records, the Holly girl's cell phone records, all of that. Like, how did they know to come up there? Why are we across the street? The restraining orders, are they legit? What made Holly get this restraining order? What made Romeca get it? All of this different stuff. Why were they up at the school? Like, these are questions that I hope they get answered. And it may not be cameras out there. And a lot of the footage, the cell phone footage that we see, is right when the fight, when all of the other stuff happened after the shooting, not when the fight or them arguing, all of that, that was not probably captured on cell phone footage. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. Jasmine said an insider here said they aren't investigating her anymore, only him. He may get a charge. Okay, well then that could be why he is still showing videos of her. Okay, like you said earlier, someone said earlier, to know that the father is a cause of his trauma with his child, he will always remember this. A cute little boy looks just like his mother. Right, exactly. If it was premeditated and she provides information that corroborated the theory that he was the mastermind, he could face the same charges as her. Some states charge co-conspirators. Okay, got you. Okay. Possibly. That's a good point. And it definitely looked like it was talked about beforehand. Okay. Hey, Latte, good morning. Thank you for joining. It definitely seemed like this was discussed. It wasn't like a random, is that your baby mama? No. It looked like they had already talked about this and was setting it up to ambush her. Okay. And to, pull up to the school or across the street, or I don't know why they were across the street, but what actually made them show up. Him, and they were in two different cars. The baby's father, excuse me, Carlos and Holly, they were not in the same car. So to me, you had to have shared with her where y'all were going to be, you and Romeca, because she pulls up. Okay. So yeah, that looks like you set this up, sir. It really does. This is crazy. But y'all, I am going to get off. That was all that I had for today. I appreciate all of you for joining this morning. Make sure you hit that like button. It is for free. And also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, buy a coffee, or a Cash App, and it is scrolling on the screen. But I appreciate y'all so much. It was definitely discussed right. Exactly. You believe it was a setup too? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. But I love y'all. Y'all have a great Monday and a great week. Make sure you set your notifications. Oh, before we get off, y'all, I wanted to show y'all this video, because this will be another topic that we will dig a little deeper into. But just in case y'all haven't seen this video, stories and rituals, let me pull that up. This is like a preview. I said I'm gonna start doing previews for other topics and lives that I'm doing, because some of y'all may not know about those other topics. So let me share this with y'all before we get off. Okay, here we go.
just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher.